My AS Media Studies has helped me to contribute to my knowledge and understanding of technology in the 21st century. This is important due to the advancement of society. Using Apple software I found initially challenging. This is because I'm a regular Microsoft user. Adapting to a new software can be viewed as puzzling. However, I found the new software to be well laid out, detailed, but easy to use. For me, this was important as I've never used the Mac computer before, so I needed a step-by-step guide of how to use the Mac. My lack of experience did reflect as I found myself asking questions and also researching into how to use the Mac computer. I found this worked extremely well due to my knowledge increasing about the MacBooks. I also had to be careful around the Mac computers due to eating and drinking could result in damaging the computer, and as they were expensive, my aim was to avoid this. After this slight step back, I then was able to advance ahead and begin to using the Mac icons. After this, I then had to use Safari, the Internet Explorer of the Mac computers. This was simple to use due to me having an Apple software phone, an iPhone 4S, so I was able to find the icon. The internet seemed no different from Microsoft, only subtle layout differences that could be easily worked around. While using the internet, I had to use a search engine called Google. This was simple and easy to use due to knowledge I already have with Google. I found it was easy to use as I was able to access it both at home and at school. Another positive point about Google is the varied information that I can find online. I found more detailed answers that helped me understand the codes and conventions of all different genres. Also, it helped me gain a better knowledge and understanding of the different shot types, camera angles, editing styles, and key terminology within media. I thought this was highly effective due to the extra hours that I have to spend on my AS studies in order to improve and develop my results. By using Google, I searched Blogger. This is a free blogging site where you can blog about anything from updating your friends and family about your life, giving your own advice column, discussing your political views, or relating your experience in a topic of interest. I found this also to be a new experience as I have never made or had a blogger account before. However, I was willing to be open-minded about the site. I set up an account by taking 3 easy steps. Create an account, name your blog, and choose a template. In my opinion, these were 3 basic steps as they were easy to follow. I then had to gain a better understanding about Blogger as I was learning to do basic actions like making a new post to do more complex actions like adding pictures and embedding links. I also find that with some basic experience the site is simple to use. My account doesn't freeze or delete any of my work and allows me to edit my work if I have made mistakes. After this, I then use an icon that I found on the Mac computer called Word. This is a basic and simple program where you can write a varied amount of different information to make work seem more presentable as it is typed. The Word program is also able to make graphs and tables, so information that needs to be easily visible can be indicated quickly. This is important due to the different styles to why you would work on Word. For me, studying AS Media, I use Word in order to type up research and other evaluations in order to make them more accessible to editing on the Macs. I find that Word software is easy to use and very easy to teach others. I feel confident with using Word due to the experience with the document due to using this at home and at school. Another software that I feel comfortable using is PowerPoint. This is a presentation program for different ages to be able to discuss their own views by using technology. This is a more advanced software used for people that are in meetings where you're able to present a varied amount of facts and opinions, but also in schools where teachers can put basic instructions, classwork and homework on so students can see. This also allows the person to upload photos, videos and information in order to prepare themselves for a meeting, lessons or lectures. A more advanced program than PowerPoint is Pirie. This is another presentation program found on the internet. It is free to use and again allows interaction and understanding for their audience. Pirie is important with the advancement of technology as it now gives an expensive impression, however free and easy to use. The website I found is quick and easy as it gives basic steps of how to use the site and program, but also helps facts if you are stuck. However, during some lessons with the internet server was down, my class did suffer from a loss of connection, not allowing the site to load. However, due to you having to sign up with Pirie, this then allowed me to access the program from home, resulting the problem. Where you upload PowerPoint or Pirie onto your blog is by using the software called ScribeD. This software is useful as it allows you to embed links onto your blog so that teachers or the examiner can view the information. This is important due to the advancement of technology, allowing the students to use different softwares in order to increase their grade. Another website that we used is Art of the Title. This helped us as when we were doing our genre research, we were then able to use this website by typing in our genre and having many opening sequences showed with the codes and convention of the genre that we needed to look for. Although this website was helpful, I also found that it was limited as there was only a number of different openings, some in which were outdated, and although this is a positive thing as it gives a strong comparison between modern films, I felt I couldn't give a strong response to the Handycam that my group used in order to film our prelim task. This camera was small and compact, although still gave off a great quality result. This camera again was another piece of technology that was simple and easy to use due to the pointers that we received from our teachers, explaining how to use the camera and how to end up with the best film results. We then used another software called iMovie. We used this to edit the prelim task in order to piece the sequence together to make it reach the requirements that we needed. iMovie helped us to gain a basic knowledge and understanding of editing site. The way I published my survey in order for people to answer it was through the use of Facebook and Twitter. I found that this was most effective due to my family and friends happy to complete the questionnaire. We then used the free internet site called SurveyMonkey. This was a questionnaire site that we used in order to ask friends and family about our genre that we had selected. We asked basic questions that everyone could answer and aimed for an estimate of 20 people per person so that we had a strong number of results that we could compare with. From these results, we aimed to get a basic knowledge of who our target audience was and what the audience expect to see in our genre. This was important as we wanted to have a clear indicate to our audience the style of genre through the codes and conventions. Next, my group used Photo Booth. This was a camera-based software found on the Mac computers. This is where we completed a vlog. Here we spoke about our different camera angles that we used within our sequence, different theories that we had based within our sequence, and also certain things like colours. We thought this would be most important due to our audience then understanding our opening sequence. Within the camera field, my group then experienced a chance to use a Canon 60D SLR camera. This was used to film all of our shots within our opening sequence. It was important to use the same camera due to the quality of the camera and also the different effects and focus points on the camera. Within the camera, we needed a small lesson with the teacher. Here they told us that basic understanding of the camera so that we were able to use the camera to our highest ability. We also used the steady arm to make sure that all our shots were steady and looked professional. After we filmed all of our shots for our opening sequence, we then uploaded the footage onto the Mac computers using either the connection cable or memory card and imported it onto the Mac. After this, we imported the video files onto the software called Final Cut Pro. This was a professional looking editing site used on the Macs to make the opening sequence look unique. This was important as our group was aiming for the highest possible grade that we could get. I next used Freeplay Music. This was a website found on the internet where I could add music that isn't copyrighted onto my opening sequence in order to make it synchronous with the opening. After we completed the editing stage, we then were able to add the opening sequence onto YouTube. This was important so the examiner could then view the opening in order to mark the sequence. It was also a positive thing so that other A-level groups are able to look for ideas and inspiration for their film sequences.